Maps go dark at Earth's borders and, that's no cartographic error. The Galactic Cartographic Institute had been the crown jewel of interstellar civilization for over 3 millennia. Its vast crystal spires stretched toward the heavens of Nexus Prime, housing the most sophisticated mapping technology in known space. Within its halls, thousands of beings from hundreds of species worked tirelessly to chart every corner of the galaxy, ensuring that trade routes remain safe and exploration continued unabated. Senior cartographers FR9 had spent the last centuries perfecting the art of stellar cartography. Her crystalline form refracted light in patterns that indicated deep concentration as she studied the massive holographic display dominating the Institute's central chamber. The three-dimensional map showed their current understanding of local space over 40,000 star systems connected by the shimmering threads of established hyperspace routes. But today, something was wrong. Terribly wrong. Before we go any further, comment where in the world you are watching from and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is one you don't want to miss. Thane, your section is showing anomalous readings. Zephyr called out to her colleague, a bulky Corvani whose forearms moved with mechanical precision across his control interface. The outer rim territories near the Sol system are. They're just gone. Thane's gray skin rippled with the bioluminescent patterns that indicated confusion among his species. That's impossible. I've been monitoring that sector for decades. The human territories are clearly marked, along with their expanding colonial presence. They're one of our newest galactic neighbors. Zephyr manipulated the holographic display, zooming in on the region where Earth's solar system should be clearly visible. Instead, she found herself staring at an expanding sphere of absolute darkness, a void that seemed to actively resist their scanning attempts. Run a full diagnostic, she commanded. This has to be a system malfunction. Entire stellar regions don't just disappear from our maps. 3 hours later, the diagnostic results were conclusive. All systems were functioning perfectly. The equipment that had faithfully mapped the galaxy for millennia showed no signs of failure or corruption. Yet the darkness around Earth's territory continued to expand, swallowing star systems that had been charted for generations. Director Kesvorth, an ancient ethereal whose species had founded the Institute, materialized in the central chamber. Her translucent form flickered with barely contained energy as she studied the anomalous readings. How many systems have we lost contact with? She asked, her voice carrying the weight of 3,000 years of accumulated knowledge. 17 so far, Zephyr reported, her optical sensors dimming with concern. All of them in the immediate vicinity of human space. But here's what's truly disturbing: we can still detect the gravitational signatures of the stars. There. Still there. Director, we simply can't see them anymore. Thane looked up from his console, his forearms working frantically. I've been analyzing the pattern of the expansion. It's not random. The darkness is following established trade routes, diplomatic channels, and communication networks. It's as if something is systematically cutting us off from any region that has had contact with humanity. Director Kesvorth's form pulsed with a deep blue light that indicated deep thought among her people. Have we received any communication from Earth or its colonies? That's just it, Zephyr said. We've been trying to establish contact for the past 6 hours. Every message we send into the dark zone simply vanishes. No response, no error codes, no indication that our communications are even reaching their destination. The director moved closer to the holographic display, her ethereal fingers passing through the representation of the expanding darkness. In all my years, I have never seen anything like this. It's as if an entire segment of space has been deliberately hidden from us. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Junior Analyst Piptrill, a young member of the Vorthan species, known for their exceptional pattern recognition abilities, had been quietly studying the expansion data for hours. Her small, bird-like form trembled with excitement as she approached the senior staff. Directors, I believe I've found something significant, she chirped, her feathers ruffling with nervous energy. The expansion ain't random. And it's not technological interference. It's deliberate. Someone or something is actively preventing us from observing human space. Zephyr's crystal form rotated to focus on the young analyst. Explain. Pip Trill activated her personal display, showing a complex pattern of data streams. I've been analyzing the quantum signatures of the darkness. It's not empty space, it's actively maintained. The energy requirements to sustain this level of concealment would be astronomical. We're talking about the power output of multiple stellar cores working in perfect coordination. Thane's bioluminescent patterns shifted to deep purple, indicating profound shock. No known species has that kind of technological capability. Not even the Eternals at the height of their power could manipulate space on this scale. That's what I thought too. Pip Trill continued. But then I remembered something from the Human First Contact reports. They mentioned something called classified information and need-to-know basis. At the time, we dismissed it as primitive paranoia. But what if it wasn't? Director Kesworth's form began to pulse rapidly. You're suggesting that the humans are responsible for this. Not just responsible, Pip Trill said, her voice growing stronger with conviction. I think they're protecting something, or someone. The pattern of concealment isn't designed to hide human space from us, it's designed to hide us from whatever exists beyond human space. The revelation sent shockwaves through the Galactic Cartographic Institute. Emergency sessions were called, bringing together the greatest minds in known space to discuss the implications. If humanity was concealing vast regions of the galaxy, what could possibly require such extreme measures? The answer came in the form of a single transmission, broadcast on all frequencies simultaneously. The message bypassed every security protocol and appeared directly on every display throughout the Institute. It was brief, efficient, and utterly terrifying in its simplicity. Greetings, Galactic Cartographic Institute. This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the Terran Defense Force. We apologize for the inconvenience, but recent developments have necessitated the implementation of enhanced security protocols around Earth and its territories. The holographic image of a human female materialized. In the center of the chamber, she wore a uniform that seemed to incorporate technology decades beyond anything the galactic community had seen, and her eyes held the weight of terrible knowledge. For the past 50 years, we have been monitoring transmissions from your institute and other galactic organizations. Your mapping efforts, while impressive, have inadvertently created a dangerous situation. By broadcasting the locations of inhabited systems throughout the galaxy, you have essentially created a targeting database for hostile forces. Director Kesworth stepped forward, her ethereal form flickering with confusion. Hostile forces. Admiral Chen, we are not aware of any significant threats to galactic security. Our mapping efforts have brought peace and prosperity too. No, Admiral Chen interrupted, her voice carrying an edge of steel. Your mapping efforts have painted a target on every inhabited world in the galaxy, what you call empty space beyond. The galactic rim and empty. It's full of things that consider organic life to be a very attractive resource. The chamber fell silent. Across the galaxy, similar scenes were playing out as every major communication hub received the same transmission. 3 months ago, our deep space monitoring stations detected the first incursion. Admiral Chen continued. Automated harvesting vessels, each the size of a small moon, moving through the void between galaxies. They were following your hyperspace routes, using your published star charts as navigation aids. Admiral Chen's image gestured, and the holographic display changed to show something that made several Institute members recoil in horror. The image showed a massive structure, organic and mechanical elements fused together in a way that suggested both incredible intelligence and alien otherness. We call them the Harvesters, Admiral Chen said. They've been moving through the cosmic void for millions of years, seeking out pockets of organic life to process. They're not interested in conquest or communication. They see biological life the same way we see mineral deposits useful, raw materials to be extracted and consumed. Zephyr's optical sensors focused on the terrible image. But why haven't we detected them? Our sensors reach far beyond the galactic rim. Because they don't want to be detected, Admiral Chen replied. They're masters of stealth technology, using the cosmic background radiation and dark matter as camouflage. They've been observing us for decades, learning our patterns, studying our defenses. The only reason we spotted them was because we were looking for something else entirely. The Admiral's expression grew grimmer. 5 years ago, we discovered evidence of their previous visits, entire sectors of distant galaxies that had been stripped clean of all organic matter, planets reduced to barren rock, star systems left as nothing but lifeless husks. Based on the pattern of destruction, we estimate they've harvested at least 47 galaxy clusters over the past 10 million years. Thane's forearms trembled as he processed the implications. How many of these harvesters are there? Our best estimates suggest a fleet of over 10,000 vessels, each capable of sterilizing an entire star system within days, Admiral Chen said. They move in coordinated groups, using quantum entanglement for instantaneous communication across vast distances. They're not just technologically advanced, they're strategically brilliant. Director Casvorth's form pulsed with rapidly shifting colors. Admiral, if these creatures are as dangerous as you suggest, why haven't they attacked already? Because they're methodical, Admiral Chen replied. They don't rush in blindly. They study their targets, identify the most efficient harvesting patterns, and then strike simultaneously across multiple fronts. Based on our analysis of their previous operations, they typically spend 50 to 75 years in observation before beginning active harvesting. The implications of Admiral Chen's revelation rippled through the assembled beings. If the harvesters were real, if they were coming, then the entire galactic community was living on borrowed time. This is why we've implemented the concealment protocols, Admiral Chen continued. We're not just hiding human space, we're hiding all evidence of galactic civilization. Every star chart, every communication, every trace of organized intelligence that could serve as a beacon for these creatures. Pip Trill's feathers ruffled with nervous energy. But, Admiral, surely the combined fleets of all galactic species could mount an effective defense. Admiral Chen's expression grew distant. Your combined fleets are impressive for dealing with pirates and territorial disputes, but you're not prepared for this level of threat. The harvesters don't fight, they simply harvest. They don't have politics or emotions or anything we can negotiate with. They're efficient, relentless, and patient. However, she continued, humanity has been preparing for this possibility for the past century. We've developed technologies specifically designed to counter their advantages, quantum scramblers to disrupt their communication networks, adaptive shielding to deflect their harvesting beams. And most importantly, we've created a galaxy-wide concealment network. The holographic display shifted to show the true scope of humanity's efforts. Hidden installations throughout the galaxy, massive quantum processors working in perfect synchronization, all designed to create a false image of empty space for any observers beyond the galactic rim. Every star system, every inhabited world, every trace of civilization is being hidden behind a carefully constructed quantum mirage, Admiral Chen explained. To any observer from outside the galaxy, this entire region of space appears to be nothing but empty void punctuated by a few unremarkable dead stars. Director Casvorth's form stabilized into a steady blue glow. The power requirements for such an undertaking would be enormous. How are you maintaining this concealment? We've been building for this for generations, Admiral Chen replied. Dyson spheres around selected stars, quantum tap points into parallel dimensions, and most importantly, the willing cooperation of every species in the galaxy. Whether you knew it or not, your own governments have been working with us for decades. The revelation that their own governments had been secretly collaborating with humanity sent shockwaves through the Institute's staff. Everything they thought They knew about galactic politics, and interspecies relations had been a carefully maintained illusion. The concealment network is only a temporary solution, Admiral Chen continued. Our projections indicate that the harvesters will eventually discover the deception. When that happens, we need to be ready for a fight unlike anything the galaxy has ever seen. Zephyr's optical sensors dimmed with concern. What do you need from us? Complete cooperation, Admiral Chen replied. No more public star charts, no, more broad-spectrum communications, no more mapping expeditions beyond the galactic rim. Every action we take from now on must be carefully coordinated to maintain the illusion. Thane's bioluminescent patterns shifted to deep red. You're asking us to abandon everything we've worked for. The free exchange of information, the exploration of unknown regions, the very foundations of galactic civilization. I'm asking you to survive, Admiral Chen said bluntly. The harvesters don't care about your noble ideals or your scientific achievements. They care about the total caloric value of your species. Every inhabited world is nothing more than a resource node to be exploited. The Admiral's image flickered, and when it stabilized, her expression had softened slightly. We understand the sacrifice we're asking you to make. Humanity has made similar sacrifices. We've abandoned colonies, concealed our true technological capabilities, and lived in constant preparation for a war we hope never comes. But here's what we've learned, she continued. Freedom isn't worth much if you're dead. Knowledge isn't valuable if there's no one left to use it. Sometimes survival requires making hard choices. As the transmission continued, Admiral Chen revealed the true scope of humanity's preparations. Hidden fleets positioned throughout the galaxy, ready to respond to any incursion. Weapon systems that could crack planets, shields that could deflect stellar-class energy weapons, and most importantly, a network of intelligence operatives embedded within every major galactic organization. We've been fighting a Cold War for 50 years, Admiral Chen explained. Not against any of you, but against the inevitable discovery of our galaxy by forces that would see us all destroyed. Every technological advancement, every strategic decision, every diplomatic initiative has been designed with one goal in mind, keeping us all alive. The holographic display showed images that made the assembled beings recoil in horror. Massive automated factories in the void between galaxies, construction sites where vessels the size of small moons were being assembled, and most terrifyingly, the remains of harvested worlds from distant galaxy clusters. The harvesters aren't just coming, Admiral Chen said, they're already here. Advanced scouts have been operating in the outer rim for the past 18 months. We've been intercepting them, destroying their reconnaissance probes, and feeding them false information about the galactic core. Director Kesvorth's form pulsed, with rapidly shifting colors. How many of these encounters have there been? 47 confirmed engagements, Admiral Chen replied. Each one has been a learning experience. We've adapted our tactics, improved our weapons, and refined our understanding of their capabilities, but every victory comes at a cost. The Admiral's expression grew distant. We've lost colonies. Entire systems evacuated and abandoned to maintain the illusion that they were uninhabited. Millions of people relocated to hidden installations, their existence scrubbed from all official records. The colony on Kepler 44b was home to 12 million souls. Admiral Chen continued. When Harvester scouts approached the system, we had 6 hours to evacuate everyone and destroy all evidence of human presence. 12 million people, scattered across a dozen hidden installations throughout the galaxy, officially erased from existence. As the full scope of humanity's deception became clear, the assembled beings began to understand the magnitude of the threat they faced. But Admiral Chen wasn't finished with her revelations. Humanity ain't working alone, she said. Over the past 30 years, we've been building a coalition of species that understand the true nature of the threat. The Ethereals have been helping us maintain the concealment network. The Corvani have been developing new shield technologies. The Vorthan have been analyzing harvester behavioral patterns. PIP Trill's feathers ruffled with shock. My own species has been involved. Your pattern recognition abilities are crucial for predicting harvester movements, Admiral Chen replied. Every major species in the galaxy has contributed something to our collective defense. The public governments maintain the illusion of normal galactic politics, while shadow organizations work together to prepare for the coming storm. The Admiral gestured, and the holographic display shifted to show a vast network of hidden installations, secret fleets, and concealed weapons platforms. We call it the Silent Alliance. No formal treaties, no public declarations, no official recognition, just a shared understanding that survival requires cooperation. Thane's forearms moved frantically across his console. How many people know about this, on Earth? Perhaps 1 million individuals have full knowledge of the situation, Admiral Chen replied. Throughout the galaxy, we estimate that fewer than 10 million beings are aware of the true scope of the threat. Everyone else lives their lives normally, unaware that their continued existence depends on a carefully maintained deception. It's not ideal, Admiral Chen admitted. Democracy and transparency are values we hold dear, but the alternative is the complete extermination of every organic life form in the galaxy. Sometimes the needs of the many outweigh the rights of the few. Admiral Chen's expression grew more serious as she approached the conclusion of her message. The concealment network is beginning to show strain. Our quantum processors are operating at maximum capacity, and we're detecting increased harvester activity in the outer rim. We estimate that we have perhaps 5 years before they discover our deception. The holographic display showed a timeline of projected events. Escalating harvester reconnaissance, the inevitable discovery of hidden installations, and finally, the beginning of active harvesting operations. When that happens, we'll have one chance to save galactic civilization, Admiral Chen said. A coordinated strike against their command vessels, followed by a systematic campaign to destroy their harvesting infrastructure. It won't be easy, and it won't be quick. We're looking at a war that could last centuries. Director Kesvorth's form pulsed with deep blue light. What do you need from the Institute? Complete integration into the Silent Alliance, Admiral Chen replied. Your mapping expertise will be crucial for coordinating fleet movements and identifying strategic targets. But more importantly, we need you to help us prepare the galaxy for the truth. The Admiral's image flickered, and her voice took on a more urgent tone. When the concealment network fails, panic will spread throughout the galaxy. Billions of beings will suddenly learn that their existence has been threatened for decades. Some will blame humanity for the deception. Others will simply lose hope. That's why we need trusted voices like yours to help maintain order. Admiral Chen continued, the Institute has been respected for millennia. When the time comes, people will listen to you. They'll need leaders who can help them understand that survival is possible, but only through cooperation. As Admiral Chen's transmission drew to a close, the assembled beings found themselves facing a choice that would define the future of galactic civilization: continue the deception and hope for the best, or begin preparing the galaxy for a war unlike anything they had ever imagined. We're not asking you to abandon your principles, Admiral Chen said. We're asking you to adapt them to reality, the galaxy in the peaceful, cooperative place we all wanted it to be. But it's still worth fighting for. The holographic display showed one final image, a view of the galactic core as seen from the outer rim, but filtered through humanity's concealment network. To any external observer, it would appear as nothing more than empty space dotted with a few unremarkable stars. Every inhabited world, every sentient being, every achievement of galactic civilization exists because of this illusion, Admiral Chen said. We've bought time, but we can't buy safety. That has to be earned through preparation, cooperation, and sacrifice. Director Kesvorth stepped forward, her ethereal form stabilizing into a steady golden glow. Admiral Chen, the Institute will cooperate fully with your efforts, but we need assurance that, when this crisis passes, The principles of open knowledge and free exploration will be restored if we survive this. Admiral Chen replied, I promise you that humanity will work to restore everything we've had to temporarily abandon. But first, we have to ensure there's a future worth restoring. The Admiral's image began to fade, but her voice remained strong. The maps went dark at Earth's borders because we refused to let the light of galactic civilization be extinguished. Every star you can no longer see is still there, still home to billions of lives. We're not hiding from the galaxy, we're hiding the galaxy from forces that would destroy it. As Admiral Chen's transmission ended, the Galactic Cartographic Institute fell silent. The massive holographic display continued to show the expanding darkness around human space, but now the assembled beings understood the truth behind the concealment. Zephyr-9 manipulated her controls, attempting to peer through the quantum veils that humanity had erected. For just a moment, she caught a glimpse of what lay beyond, not empty space, but a thriving civilization working frantically to prepare for an unimaginable threat. So this is what courage looks like, she whispered to herself, not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. In the depths of space, far beyond the galactic rim, automated systems continued their ancient patrol. Harvester scouts probed the boundaries of known space, searching for signs of the organic life they had been programmed to collect. But each probe found only empty void, unremarkable stars, and the faint radiation signature of a galaxy that had never harbored intelligent life. The deception held. For now, and in the hidden installations throughout the galaxy, representatives of dozens of species worked together on projects that would have been unimaginable just hours before. Weapons of unprecedented power, shields that could protect entire star systems, and most importantly, the bonds of cooperation that would be essential for survival. The maps had gone dark at Earth's borders, but the light of hope burned brighter than ever. Humanity had shown the galaxy that sometimes the greatest act of courage was not revealing the truth, but concealing it until the universe was ready to handle the consequences. The stars were still there, waiting. And so was the future. They represented